In general, a GoPro camera is going to get between an hour and an hour and a half of recording on a single battery. Now, there are some things you can do to increase this number. You can make sure you got your Wi-Fi and your GPS turned off. You can record at lower resolutions like 1080p 30 or even 720p, resolutions that don't require as much processing power. If you're recording 4K 30, you are going to definitely notice a drop in battery life. But these things only make small gains. If you're looking to substantially increase your record time, you're going to need some external hardware. And that is where the Refuel 9-hour battery pack comes in. Now, we've seen external battery packs for GoPro cameras before, but they all have one big flaw, and that is that they're not actually waterproof. So the Refuel 9-hour extended battery for your GoPro camera has, well, a massive internal battery that will keep your GoPro charged up and recording for up to 9 hours of video. And on top of that, it still maintains your GoPro camera's waterproof rating of 10 meters. So that means that you can record in the rain, or you can even take this thing swimming with your GoPro camera with an extended battery pack, and you can take it underwater. So normally, with most of the external battery packs we've seen for the HERO5 and HERO6, you've had to remove that little flap, the little protective flap that covers up the USB Type-C port. Now, that's no different with the Refuel extended battery, but the difference here is that they've got their own flap and O-ring built into the battery pack, so you can just clip your camera in and the extended battery itself seals up that port, making your camera still 100% waterproof to 10 meters. The extended battery has a 5,000 milliamp hour capacity. That is well over 4 times more capacity than the internal batteries of the HERO5, which have a capacity of 1,220 milliamp hours. So it's a big battery, and this has a couple of benefits. One, you can basically go out and record for a long time, 9 hours if you're recording 720p, 8 hours at 1080p, and about 7 hours at 4K. So again, as you step up those resolutions, you demand more out of the onboard processor, and you are going to limit your maximum record time. But there's a couple others as well. Larger batteries generally do better in the cold, so you can expect better, more stable cold weather performance out of this battery pack than perhaps just your standalone GoPro battery. Just there's a bigger battery, there's more chemistry going on inside it, and it does generally bigger batteries tend to do better in the cold than smaller ones. Refuel is no stranger to the extended battery market for GoPro cameras. Back when the HERO3, HERO3 Plus, and HERO4s were current, they were making 6, 12, and 24-hour extended batteries for these cameras, and they had capacities in up to about 10,000 milliamp hours on their 12-hour extended battery. Now, this thing was massive, and it added it was basically the size of 3 GoPro cameras stacked back to back, but it had some awesome advantages. Basically, you could set this thing up. What I did with it was I'd set it up for time lapses. I don't really ever want to go out and record 12 hours of video footage. Like, what am I going to do with that? I don't want to go through it and edit it. But for time lapses, it is awesome. And without a smart control that allows you to turn the camera on and off between shots, a very large extended battery is one of the few ways that you can easily shoot those long, all-day time lapses. If you do this using a standard GoPro camera, you're going to find it dies in a little bit longer than kind of that 2-hour range. You're going to find the camera turns off and kills the internal battery. So you definitely, if you are going to be shooting all-day time lapses, you are going to need some kind of extended battery to do it. The easy way to do this is just to plug your GoPro into an external battery bank using the cable, but the disadvantage here, of course, is that the camera is no longer waterproof. So if the rain comes through or something happens, your camera is not protected. That's where this new Refuel 9-hour extended battery pack is super cool. It's one of the only, like I've said before, it's the only extended battery pack for the GoPro Hero 6 or Hero 5 that I've seen that has the ability to maintain the camera's waterproof rating. There were lots of them for the Hero 4s and Hero 3s because they just replaced the back doors. Like I was talking about, Refuel made the 6, 12, and 24-hour packs. Those ones are all totally waterproof, totally sealed up, but this is the first one I've seen for the Hero 5 and Hero 6 that allows you to maintain your GoPro's waterproof rating, which is super, super cool. So that's basically it. If you want to go out and record a long video, you can, but where I find this thing much more powerful is in the ability to go out and shoot super long all-day time lapses without having to worry about taking an external battery with you. Basically, you just set this thing up, mount it, and it is good to go. It does add a lot of bulk to the camera. A camera mount in this thing is big. It's bigger almost than like a GoPro Fusion. It's a pretty big unit once the camera is mounted, and it is quite bulky, but it is all one unit, and it is much less cumbersome than trying to carry around a GoPro camera and an external battery bank. I was quite impressed with the way they did the battery switch. It's not just a push the side button to turn the thing on. You do have to push and hold it for a little bit to get the unit to boot up and start charging your camera. This is great because it means that you're not going to accidentally turn this thing on if it is in your pack and be wasting power just kind of maintaining 100% charge on your batteries. It does take a little bit of effort to get it turned on, so it's not going to automatically turn on your bag. On top of that, the onboard USB port is a micro USB port, and it is behind a protective watertight seal cover. It's a quarter turn to unlock the cover to get it open. It is a little bit tricky to operate that latch, but after I've been using it for a little while, it has gone easier to open. But on initial impression, as soon as I got out of the box, it was very tricky to get that port cover open. So just be aware of that, and if your hands are cold or at all wet, you're going to have a bit of trouble getting that thing open. Finally, in terms of mounting, it's got two options for slide-on bottom mount. So these mounts just slide on to the bottom of the camera. One allows you to integrate the extended battery with all of your standard GoPro mounts, and the other one is a 1/4-20 tripod mount. So if you want to mount this directly onto a tripod, you can. So you can use the extended battery with all of your standard GoPro mounts, but the added bulk is definitely going to make it something that you're not really going to want to use helmet mounting or where you're looking for a nice light camera. I see this being much more useful for longer, more long-term installations and time lapses where maybe you're on a job site and you want to shoot an all-day time lapse on an interval of 20 or 30 second intervals between photos. Then this is a really cool way to do it because it's, like I say, it's an all-in-one package. You just set the thing up, push the button, and you're all good to go. There's no fumbling around with cables. And if you're leaving it out overnight or something and there's some dew or some rain, you are not going to have to worry about it. It's all going to be sealed up, and it is going to be waterproof. So guys, that is the Refuel 9-hour extended battery for the GoPro Hero 5 and Hero 6. Make sure you check it out. There's links to it down in the video description. I think right now it's still on pre-order, but it should be out shortly, and it is looking super, super cool. If you've got a Hero 4 or a Hero 3, there's a couple other links down there to the videos. I think I did videos on them, the 6-hour and the 12-hour and the 24-hour Refuel external batteries for your GoPro Hero 3s and Hero 4s. If not, well, you've seen them now, so go check them out. They're pretty awesome. Until next time, guys, thank you very, very much for watching.